Hey, good morning, freshmen. Today we are going to type up your outline, and it's a really easy process, but you have to be smarter than the computer. The computer wants to take your information and put it into its own format, and there's just a certain way that you have to do this to be able to make it work. So you need to really follow these steps. If you do not have your outline written out yet on a paper copy, you should do that first. You were supposed to have done that last Wednesday, so you've had a week to get it accomplished. If you still don't have it though, get that done first. Write it out on a paper copy where you have organized all of your topics, you've put them in the order that you're going to talk to them, and you wrote that down. So, what you're going to do is on the document that I sent you, titled Outline, the first thing you have to do is to format it. So, go into the font and change it to Times New Roman. Go to the size and change it to 12. And go over to the line spacing and change it to double. So, just like our other document that we did for the title page. So, here you're going to type in your name. Okay. Again, please personalize it so that it has your name in it, not the words your name. Hit enter. Then you type in your teacher's name. So I am Mrs. period, capital B, Brown. Does it matter? Yes, you've got to make sure you're capitalizing things. The next thing is the class that you're in. F-E space and then whatever hour you're in. Today I'm in freshman English, second hour. Enter. The date that the project is due. So April space 2, comma, space 2020. Enter. The next thing that you're going to do is move your cursor to the center and you're going to type in your title. So in the video yesterday, I think I used the example of if I was doing a paper on abortion and I want to come up with a creative title. Please remember, we're not going to hit extra spaces. We're not going to do any type of bold or bigger font or anything like that for our titles. We're just going to capitalize the first letter of each word. That's what shows us that it is a title. So my title was There Is Another Choice. So yesterday I used There Is Another Choice, or you could have capitalized the I and the S for there is as an emphasis. If you don't want an emphasis, you don't have to capitalize, all the letters of a word. It was just a suggestion. It was just an idea. It was just something that you're allowed to do. No exclamation, no period, no question mark, no quotation marks, no underlining, nothing. Hit enter and go over to the left align. Here you're going to go turn on your underline option and just type the word thesis and then put a colon behind it, the 2 dots. Now you can turn off the underline, hit a space, and I'm just going to put some random letters in here because this is where you will type your thesis statement. We have not written thesis statements yet. That's something else that we'll be doing on Monday. So right now, you can just leave it blank, but make sure you turn the underline off because this would be where the thesis statement is, period. We'll end your thesis statement. Hit enter. On the very next line, we don't make any big spaces anywhere. So on the very next line, we're going to start our outline. What you need to do first is go up here to where it says numbered list, select the drop-down menu. If you look through these, you want to find the one that is the same format that I showed you when we wrote it on paper and I wrote it on the board, where you have a Roman numeral as your first thing, capital letter is your next thing, regular number is your next level. So if you look down here, this one fits that. Roman numeral, capitals, regular. So you need to click that one. It automatically gives you the letter that you need. It automatically moves your cursor to where you want it to be. It will continue to do that and to give you the proper formatting if you type this the way that I show you. Basically, what you need to do is to type this in levels. So the first thing you're going to do is type all of the things that are the Roman numerals. Just trust me on this. If you don't, you're not going to be able to get back out to the same line and it just gets all messed up. So do it in levels. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're going to put your issue. Don't write the word issue. I'm going to pretend like my paper is on abortion. So I would type here abortion, hit enter. It automatically, I point to my screen like you can see that. It automatically gives you Roman numeral 2. It does the spacing. So my next thing to put here would be my nonprofit organization. So I can't type very well this morning either. Alternatives of Kalamazoo. That's the name of my nonprofit. Hit enter. Roman numeral number 3. And I'm just going to say, I can just write the word support here because we all know that this is the section of the paper of how you can support your NPO and help to get rid of or help with the issue that you're researching. At this point, it's time to go back up here, put your cursor behind your issue, and we're going to do the next level. So we're going to do all of our capital letters that we've already written out on our paper. We already know what they are. So the computer will work with you if you do it this way, where you put the cursor right here. Okay, you see it behind the word abortion there, and hit enter, and now hit the tab key, and it automatically will take that in. It's not quite MLA documentation format, whatever, if you were to hand type it, but it is acceptable. So I will take this. All right. So this is what it should look like. So under abortion, right here, I'm going to type whatever I have as my main point. For this example, I'm just going to write the words main point. You need to write what your main points are. So I'll just do it like that. Okay, so it's going to be your main point goes here. And maybe my first thing is I'm going to talk about different kinds. Nope, I don't want to do that first. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to talk about the problem. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be quoting my statistics and talking about the problem. If you just hit enter, it will automatically give you the B. All right, so now I'm going to do different, and I just made a mistake there because I don't want to capitalize every letter. Different kinds of abortions. Now I want to break this category down into smaller pieces, and I have on my written copy, but I don't want to put them in there yet on my typed copy because it will mess up all my spacing. So for now, I just go enter, and it takes me to my letter C. I'm going to put the who's having abortions. I'm going to do the why are people having abortions? And in this one, I'm going to talk about other options available. Okay? And so that's where I would talk about adoption, foster care, things like that. So this is what it looks like for now. Then I'm going to do the same thing under my NPO. I'm going to go sorry, I did that too fast for you. I'm going to put my cursor behind where I stopped typing my NPO, hit enter, and then tab, and it will give me the A again. So this might be the history, and letter B might be how or what they do, and who they help, and what their rules are. Okay. And now under support, I'm going to do the same thing. And so I go behind support, I hit enter, it tries to give me, I'm pointing at my screen again, it tries to give me the Roman numeral 4, but I don't want that, so I tab in, and I get to my A, and I'm going to put donations, and I'm going to put volunteer, and I'm going to put pray. Okay, so that's my capital letter layer. Now, remember I told you I had some ways that I want to break down the different kinds of abortions. So now I'm going to work on that level, breaking it down further. So I put my cursor back here. I hit enter. It tries to give me a C, and it changed everything else to D, E, and F. But I don't want it to do that. So all I have to do is hit the tab button, and it changes it to be a 1, and it put these back to being C. So my different kinds are, I don't even know. There's an early, there's a midterm, and there's a late. Okay, and that's where I would talk about those. And maybe here, if I, let's say the let's say I'm going to go down to donations, where I can break that apart further. Same thing, it turned it into a B. It moves over and it's a 1. They take baby supplies. They take baby clothes. And see, I messed up here. It's not supposed to be a capital S, lowercase s. They take baby supplies. They take baby clothes. They take diapers. And they have maternity. Now, does it make sense to talk about maternity clothes after all the baby stuff? Probably not. So I should probably take maternity clothes and put that up here, and it will let me adjust it right there because I'm in the same level. Okay, so that's what you can do there, and then volunteer, and then you can pray. And so it looks like this. Now, if I wanted to go even further and break it down, I could put my cursor right here, hit enter, tab over, and it will give me the next layer. And maybe this one is a pill, and maybe this one is procedure. Right? But that's how you do it. You have to type it by levels, where you do all of the Roman numerals first, then do all of the capital letters, then go in and do all of the numerals, and then if you need the lowercase letters, you do those. Again, if you try to type it the normal way, where you would type A and then B and then try to do this, what'll happen is when you get to here, let's see if when I show you if it actually, because I'm on my first try, it's fine. But once you start trying to edit it, it gets really wonky. So you might find that you just have to start over again if you mess up. But what happens is, see, when I put this here, it wants to give me a number 4. But if I actually wanted it to be a C, when I delete it goes there, and then it goes there. And then if I try to make this a C, oh, it did work. So maybe they have adjusted it a little bit. But what we were finding last year is that you couldn't do that. It would not line it up again. So I don't know. I guess you can take your chances if you want to, but my recommendation is that you type it in layers or levels like I showed you. You need to do this on the document that I'm sending you today, and it should be done before Monday. That's what I'll be looking for. You do not have to turn it in because I sent you the document. I can see it without you turning it in, so you don't have to, right? None of this stuff has to be turned in because I have access to it without you turning it in. So that's it for today. Get these outlines done, and I will send you another video on Monday.